Digital romance TV.
Hey folks, how are you? It's Michael Fiore and the lovely and talented Nora from digitalromance.tv, and today we're making sweeping assertions because we're saying the 4 things that instantly turn a man on. And these 4 things do indeed turn a man on. His name is Ralph.
I don't know if this
He's
is
from Nebraska.
instantly, though. Like, none of these feel like they're instant turn-ons to me, but, you know.
But I think there's actually a fallacy in that entire concept because, A of all, not all things are going to work on all men the same way because we're all different. For some guys, it's feet. Will instantly turn him on. For other guys, it's more complicated. Foot fetishes, incredibly common, by the way.
Gross.
But anyway, the things that in general, when we were thinking about this, that came up for me at least, number 1 is to be respected as a man and a level of coyness. And there's this thing that goes on in our culture today. We're recording this in 2015. From what I read and from what I hear from guys who write in, there's this feeling of being absolutely denigrated for masculinity over all the time. There's a quote out there from somebody about how women often end up treating men like incompetent women.
I think that's your quote.
No, it's not mine. It came from somebody else.
You use it all the time.
I use it all the time because I really like it. I don't remember where it came from. But there's a lot of guys who walk around every day feeling like they're not good enough, feeling like they're not, they're only getting criticized for not doing the dishes right, etc.
You turn them on by?
You do turn them on by appreciating what they do as a guy. You appreciate him for, being the strong protector type. You appreciate him for going out and mowing the lawn, whatever it's going to be, but things that are, stereotypically masculine kind of things.
Sure.
Right? Number 2 is to be objectified. Right? Objectification gets a bad rap a lot of times, and in the general world, it can be a really bad thing. Advertisements that only show really skinny people with amazing muscles and abs all the time, yes, that's bad for society. And it's hard for a lot of women to understand this, most men don't ever actually feel objectified or lusted after by women. Right? It's very, very rare for a guy to feel like he's just is being looked at by a woman as like a sex object.
Sure.
And I know for a lot of women, because you get that from guys all the time, and it's negative and icky at that point, right? But for guys who never get that, actually being lusted after and objectified and appreciated for, biceps, pecs, whatever it's going to be, but just his actual body can be very, very intoxicating.
Okay.
In my experience, when I've had women just look at me with that kind of heavily lidded kind of eye thing, it's really, really cool. It's a good time. Next. Getting the girl that every guy wants is actually a big deal.
Yeah.
Which is actually just means, and believe me, I think this is true for both men and women. You should stay in shape for your partner. You should try to be as attractive as you can. But just having the girl who other men want, it's basic, human evolutionary psychology. We all want to be the alpha male. We all want to be the guy who gets the hot chick. And number 4 is yours. Go ahead.
Well, you said boobs.
I did say boobs,
I think it's
yes.
boobs or
you said boobs
butt or
when
legs or whatever it is that, whatever part of the body that you got going on and, rocking it.
Yeah, but I would say it was actually a level of teasing. Can
Sure.
really do that, right? Teasing, revealing, showing off your body, not just walking around in sweatpants, taking them off and going, hey, it's time to go, because that's not going to work for most guys.
Right.
It will work for some guys when they're 23, they get a little older, not so
I
much.
had more of an image of being dressed up in a way that accentuates your body and, is seductive.
And I think also
because I think seductive goes a long way.
I think it does. And also being proud of what you've got, right? Not being
confident.
So many women focus so much on their negative physical attributes or what they consider negative physical attributes. It's funny because when I've talked to guys about this and surveyed guys about this and surveyed women about this, I know it's hard to believe, but the guys, when they're talking about their partners, they're not really focusing on, well, her belly is a little too big all the time. Usually, right? It happens occasionally, but most of the time that's not really the biggest issue for guys. So that's our 4 things that will instantly turn a guy on. Instantly, magically. No Viagra needed. And if you want more videos, go to digitalromance.tv. If you want to leave a comment, go down there and do it. Bye. Did you know there's a 3-step formula to make a guy fall desperately in love with you? Go to digitalromance.tv/CHH to learn a simple method any woman can use to capture a man's heart and make him love you forever. Again, that link is digitalromance.tv/CHH.